I'm here with Steve Nicholson, Chief Football Writer at the Derby Telegraph, after the Rams 0-0 draw here at Sheffield Wednesday. Steve, give us your thoughts on the game.
Well, Paul Clement said he was disappointed with Derby's performance, and it's difficult not to be disappointed. You know, Derby are better than we've seen today. What I will say is that, you know, there are games when you've got to give the opposition some credit, and I thought Sheffield Wednesday set up very well. They kept things tight. They worked hard off the ball to kind of disrupt Derby's midfield and give Derby no time in which to play. They were well organised, they disciplined in their shape, and sometimes it's difficult to break that down. I mean, you know, Derby have set the bar really high this season, really high, and so there are times when the performance is going to dip underneath it. When that happens, the most important thing to do is leave the game with something, and Derby came away with a point from a goalless draw, and I think, all things considered, having watched the game, seen the way the game panned out, I think that's a good point. And again, credit to them defensively. Another clean sheet, 5 in the last 6 games. I think it's 9 in 13 and 10 for the season. Best defensive record in the Championship. And you've got to have that. To get out of this league, you've got to be strong defensively as well. Derby will play better with the ball than we saw today, but it's good to see him keep a clean sheet.
Paul Clement made 2 changes, brought Bradley Johnson back in after suspension. There was also a start for Lee Grant, who came in for the injured Scott Carson.
Yes, a bit of a surprise there. Scott Carson has what Paul Clement described as a minor back problem. He travelled with the team to stay overnight in the hotel, but woke with some discomfort, so went back to the training ground for treatment. Lee Grant came in, first start in almost 3 months, I think. Only his second start in the league this season, his third altogether this season. But he kept a clean sheet, and it shows the value of having 2 good goalkeepers. Derby got strength in depth in this squad, and it's important to have cover in all positions. And as Pascal, the goalkeeping coach, said last week, I think, he was talking about both goalkeepers, and Derby are very lucky to have Lee Grant and Scott Carson. Grant came in, no problems at all with that. He's a top keeper at this level, and I think he showed it again today. He didn't have an awful lot to do, but he made a great save from Ross Wally's first half. He handled the ball well and looked very calm and composed. To say he played a big part in the draw.
Derby lost Stephen Warnock to injury in the second half. What's the latest on his situation?
Yeah, he took a knock in the ribs, and well, it wasn't clear from our view in the press box. He was vomiting on the pitch quite heavily, according to Paul Clement, which isn't very nice, obviously. And he tried, typical of Stephen. You know, he does get knocks and bumps and bruises, and he battles on. And he tried to battle on, but he was clearly in some discomfort. So he was replaced by Chris Baird just after the hour, and he's gone to hospital to be checked on. So we've got fingers crossed for him that everything's okay. And then I'd say another injury news from the squad. Craig Bryson wasn't in the 18 today. Craig, you know, he got this knee injury in the first day of the season at Bolton. He's found it difficult to shake it off, and again, Paul Clement told me he has some discomfort in his knee. So what he decided to do was keep him out of this game and hopefully build towards the Brighton game, which is next Saturday.